Welcome back to Jamaica Storytime Animated, where we dive deep into the darkest corners of true crime. Today, we're stepping into the eerie stillness of a November morning in 1987, a morning that would leave Jamaica's legal world reeling. Picture this, a quiet seaside home in Springfield-on-Sea, the waves whispering against the shore, and then the sound of shattering glass and gunshots. This is the story of Derek Hugh, a man who climbed the ranks of justice, only to meet a brutal end at the hands of masked hitmen who wanted him dead, and why. Grab your coffee, lock your doors, and let's unravel this chilling tale. Hitmen at Dawn, the chilling murder of Derek Hugh. Remember, like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. It's November 14, 1987, just before dawn in Springfield-on-Sea, a sleepy coastal nook in East Kingston. The air is cool, the streets silent, until they aren't. At 47, Derek Hugh, acting registrar of Jamaica Supreme Court, resident magistrate, and former Crown Counsel, lies dead on his own lawn, his body, partially nude, sprawled spread-eagled on the green grass, blood pooling beneath him. Two gunshot wounds, one behind his right ear, the other tearing through his chest, tell a story of cold execution. But how did he end up here? Let's rewind. The evening before, Hugh is in high spirits. He is a hard worker, known for tackling the Supreme Court's backlog of cases with relentless efficiency. Colleagues see him leave the office, his signature beaming smile lighting up the room. He heads home to Springfield-on-Sea, a two-story relic facing the Caribbean Sea. Upstairs, he lives alone on the balcony level. Downstairs, his mother and sister sleep soundly. No one could have known that within hours, his life would be snuffed out. Around 3 a.m., the quiet shatters. Two masked gunmen slip into the house like phantoms. One climbs the roof. The other, later identified as Trevor Bennett, otherwise called Bulgin, removes louver blades from an upstairs window. They're inside. Their target, Derek Hugh, but they are not alone. David Wilby, a visitor who would arrive that very day, is sleeping in the room next to Hugh's. Gun pressed against his back and another at his ear. The intruders flip Wilby over on the bed, their masked faces looming in the dark. One growls, "No man is the wrong man." They yank him up, drag him to Hugh's door, and pound on it. Inside, Hugh, still groggy from sleep, has no choice but to open it. The gunmen burst in, forcing both men to the floor. Trevor Bennett stands guard, his eyes darting, while the second gunman vanishes into the shadows. Moments later, the second gunman returns with Mrs. Hugh, Derek's mother, her cries piercing the night. She falls to her knees begging, "Don't hurt me, son." Bennett snaps, threatening to shoot her if she doesn't quiet down. The other gunman, cold as ice, cuts through her pleas. "All right, man, we get paid for killing him already." The words hang heavy. A contract, a hit. This isn't a random break-in. This is an execution. They drag Derek downstairs, delivering a chilling order. "Go get your passport," he pleads, his voice shaking. "Let me put on my underwear." The gunman's reply is a gut punch. "Come on, man. Where you going? They don't need no clothes." The intent is clear. He's not leaving alive. Then chaos erupts. Two gunshots ring out. One tearing through his right ear, the other ripping into his chest. But Derek doesn't go quietly. In a final desperate act, Derek hurls himself from the first floor balcony, crashing through a closed over window. Glass explodes around him as he lands on a van parked below, then tumbles to the grass, lifeless. Upstairs, Wilby watches Bennett jump over him and Mrs. Hugh, fleeing the scene. The second gunman is already gone. The house falls silent, but the horror is just beginning to sink in. David Wilby becomes a Crown Star witness. He tells the court of Bennett's mask slipped during the chaos, exposing his face. At an ID parade, Wilby picks him out without hesitation. Forensic pathologist Dr. Royston Clifford details the carnage. A bullet behind Hugh's ear plunged into his lung, another shredded his chest, severing his aorta. Death was swift, merciless. Then, on December 21, 1987, Bennett cracks at Flying Squad headquarters. He spills the story to Detective Sergeant Oswald Eyre, one that equals parts confession and deflection. Bennett claims he was broke, wandering a gully at 2 a.m. when a man named Luke lured him with promises of cash. They hit Springfield-on-Sea, targeting foreigners at the beach house. Bennett admits climbing in, waking Wilby, and watching Luke demand use his passport. But here's where it gets wild. He says he didn't have a gun, didn't pull the trigger. He paints himself as a pawn, caught in a plot he didn't fully grasp. Yet he drops names, Luke Campbell and others, hinting at a bigger conspiracy. The trial unfolds in the gun court Kingston. Before Justice Lloyd Ellis and the jury, Prosecutor Paula Llewellyn, now Jamaica's Director of Public Prosecutions, lays out an airtight case. Bennett's fingerprints, Wilby's testimony, and his own statement seal his fate, his defense. It was set up by old enemies, forced into the hit after snitching on a past robbery. But the jury isn't buying it. After 3 days, they deliver their verdict, guilty. The gavel falls, and Bennett's appeal later flops. The Court of Appeal rules it was in on the common design to kill you, no doubt about it. But here's the kicker. Bennett's conviction didn't close the case. Loki Campbell, the alleged mastermind, dies in a police shootout before he can talk. Who hired these hitmen? Was it tied to Hugh's work? Those late nights poring over files? Some whisper it was revenge for a ruling. Others say it crossed the wrong power broker. His sister, shot in the arms that night, saw the gunman's face but couldn't name the puppet master. To this day, the full truth lies buried, like footprints washed away by the tide. Derek Hugh's murder wasn't just a killing, it was a warning. A man who lived for justice became his victim, his blood staining the grass of Springfield-on-Sea. What do you think? Was this a hit order from the shadows of the legal world, or something even darker? Drop your theories in the comments, hit that like button if this case gripped you, and subscribe for more stories that will keep you up at night. Until next time, stay curious and stay safe. Jamaica Storytime Animated.